Hello and welcome. Now, it's funny, but as I was driving up to the shop yesterday, and I did drive up to the shop personally, excuse my alarm, literally I had some thoughts, and I thought, it is. One thing I'm going to say, no bank loans allowed, none. But I did sort of think, well, hang on a minute, in life sometimes you've just got to go for it, and I thought, we've got a cornfield, we've got a BGA now, we've got no silo to actually stick that in to make it into, and we've got no forage wagon, there's no cheap forage wagons. We'll allow lease, and I said that I'm going to give me, but I thought sometimes you just got to go for a bridging loan, even if the banks won't back you. So what I've got in mind is, literally, it's going to cost me, it's going to cost me in time and effort, because what we're going to do is we're going to sell one at a time. Yeah, there should be enough, really. You just go for the bigger one. It's worth a little bit more. Gonna buy it back, hopefully. Hopefully no one's gonna abort it. Wink, wink. But that's to raise some capital, to invest in ourselves. It is. So what I'm going to do is, I am so tempted to do the store deliveries. Let's just bring the store deliveries. Let's just ask the store to drop off something. No, we've not got it. Yeah, but I sort of did think, no, then I haven't done this already, have I? And I had the idea, no, I've leased the corn header. Now that can go back, but we might do a mix. So I'm not going to do anything silly. We've already leased it. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to lease a forage. We're going to go for the Terra Track. I like the class, if I'm honest. I mean, I also like the modded New Holland. That is also very reasonable. And it is about trying to save some pennies. So really, yeah, let's go long and let's lease you for 20,000. Yeah, it's not bad actually. Right, and also we're going to go for obviously a forage harvester header. So we're going to go for, I was thinking about the lake tag. I thought it would be a bit tricky. The original John Deere could have managed it quite well, could have got probably a 6 or 7 metre. I think you could have just got that, I thought, but again, let's just go for the prop one. The leasing cost is not so terrible right now. It's a class. Now we are wanting, how big is that? 7.5, 650. Now that is a point. How much is horsepower? It is a 626. So then we have got to be careful about the headers that we're going for. So let's keep that in mind. 626, 650. So really the Orbis is there anything smaller then? The 6. No, that's just bigger. So actually, really, of course. Yeah, I was going to say it's right. So really, it is what it is. We've just got to hope that we can actually manage that, being as that's the only one for that size. So that really should actually do that then. Absolutely, yes. Right, so I'm going to stop the cameras for a minute. Oh, no. Let's carry on, yeah. Are we going to go the bigger ones now? Yeah, I did look at this yesterday. It started to form in my head just after I'd stopped, and I thought, why don't we... Yeah, and also that's wasted space, but there is one thing I am going to say, though. Yeah, also we can go for the 60,000 one. I was going to go for the little one, but I think we'll go for this one. And yeah, the angle's not quite right, but we can do that. I did think it was a little bit horrible that we haven't got that. So what I'm going to do is, I can't give myself the money. No, we can't do it. We can't do it. That is true. I would give myself the money back, even do the government drain and stick myself one solar panel, because I think that's a bit cheeky. That you've got somebody nicking your land and you don't even get reimbursed. Even if the government do that, you usually get some money, or a company does it, you usually get reimbursed for that, for the pleasure. We've got a massive chunk of our land gone for those solar panels, and we don't even get any cash back for it. So yeah, I think that's a bit cheeky. Right, so anyway, I'm going to go, I will see you shortly. We're going to go and grab that. We have got, that's a point, do we... What's on the sales today? Did we check? I can't remember. Yeah, we did. I remember because there was this. Yeah, we did. I do remember now. Definitely. There's another one of those. I could have been a little bit crafty, and we could have like sold some of our brand new equipment and bought something like that. But I thought, you know, I'm not being funny, but no, we're going to stick what we've got. We've got some fantastic equipment. Let's just. So this is my way of addressing that sort of thing, really. Right. So then, let's pop up to the store. And do we need another 30 tonner? Ah, that is the point. Will a base game? Will that actually? Why can I not? That's because I'm not looking in the right place. I'm not sure we can actually. Yeah, we might have to go with the workers doing this, and we follow with our 30 tonner, and it's going to be a bit of a pain. I think it's a bit too much of a pain, if I'm honest. I think we ought to buy, or I mean, yeah, base game. Base game trailers. Oh, this is going to be painful. I mean, yeah, the class is nice. The carrot, 22.5. It's not. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Base game. It's not awful. It's not too expensive. I do like the push. That's a nice thing, but again, base game. I suppose that's not too reasonable. It starts to get mega expensive, really, when you start to go to the biggies. Yeah, it does. I think of all the base game ones, probably the Brantner represents, yeah, the best value. And we will buy it. Right, now then, yeah, I don't think it even can do this. But we shall see. Oh, I'd be wrong. Smashing? Well, that means I can do it myself, which is not too bad, and we'll grab the other trailer and we'll just keep swapping trailers. I suppose actually in some ways it makes more sense that the worker does this and I keep swapping the trailers and keep swapping the worker on. It also is an awful... Oh, now then, be careful, we're going to crack that. Good job we can't damage anyone else's crop. I forgot about the scrunching. Right, anyway, I'm going to see you down at the field, see you shortly. Right then, nearly there. Thought I'd start the cameras. Yeah, so then, this is going to fill these quite quickly, truthfully. But I say, yeah, I think I'm going to do it, really. It makes more sense than dodging in and out of the things. But I was just thinking, you don't have to play it safe, even if you're going to do things like this. You've got the cards in your hand that you've got. I mean, we've been given a fantastic start. And I thought, well, you don't have to. Yeah, you've got a cornfield here. Why don't you just... You went out on a limb, you bought the BGA, which I'm pleased about. I thought, why don't you go the whole hog now and actually just, sort this out yourself. So we'll be. There are advantages and disadvantages to me doing this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick, and obviously in this corner, and we are going to be like literally, So I'm going to say my words, because this is a monster. It really is, and it has got an awful lot. And what I'm going to do, I think I'm right. I think I'm going to split the field straight down that line of telegraph poles, because I'm sure. Well, I hit one yesterday on one of the fields we did. So let's just show you that I'm sure these have got collisions. So that is going to be a nightmare. I'm sure you hit them. So it's, and if Courseplay would handle this, of course. Oh, okay. Oh, alright then. I stand corrected. There's no collisions. So that's going to help, actually, if I'm honest. Yeah, so I would imagine the trees that are in the middle, they are going to have collisions. And, of course, I'm quite prepared to be, for those to be there. Anyway, I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. I'm doing this in two halves because it is very, very massive. I also think I'm probably going to have to stick another one of these, but I'm going to be clever. I'm going to do what I've been building up to this for a long time. When you're doing things like this, yeah, the tracks aren't helping. When it got to a certain height, the tracks really start to drag, and you can see the chaff coming through the bottom of the actual graphics. I don't mean that's not the problem, but what I mean is it's dragging on that and stopping it. So this also, it's funny, you put a weight on, because obviously in real life it would, but sometimes it drags, the actual physically drags the weight. It's almost impossible for me now to run up this side. But yeah, let me show you what I did. I decided I was going to cut the field into half-ish. I think looking at that, we've probably done very slightly more than half. But yeah, it is still an awful lot. What I'm thinking is, if you look at that, oh, I don't know. I'm not sure whether there's enough room for us to put another silo over that side. Might do what we've done before and stick one smack bang in the middle and split the field into two. This is a field that is definitely big enough to actually be 2 or 3 fields. I did that in Stone Valley, the start from scratch one. Yes, it will. Fantastic. Yes, split it into 3. This likewise. Well, I mean, there's not, the collisions are only the trees. We might use but I do think it would easily split into 3. So we could stick some little bits as an island or a run through as a road that actually gets us from one side of the field to the other, and design it cleverly, as I have. Well, try to design it cleverly. You always think you've done something and then you frequently miss something, but if you don't try, you never improve on something. There's a lot of chaff that's oh, that's the point. Yeah, now there is going to be some that is outside, and I'm going to need to bucket that in, but as a rough gauge, I just want to have a look at, well, not just that as well. We'd like to, I think we will. I don't think we're going to get much more in there. I don't know though. I don't know. The trouble is, it's a long way to run now. I think I keep forgetting I can't see it. 96%. I think what we'll do is we will do this now, and we'll plant. Sometimes. Oh dear, I am right. Let's switch that off. Yeah, not plant. We should place. Yeah, I don't believe concrete gets planted. Yeah. Yeah, I'm missing the buckets like the Brestle and Lardy. It's very difficult to. Keep thinking that. So I'm so used. It's amazing how you get used to the mods that you get used to. It really is. I've usually got the mod. The engine starter is one of my favourite mods. Again, it's not one I mention a lot, but because there's some things you only really miss when you've not got them anymore. And not really because it's just you don't always think about them. I love the colour configurators one I miss. Like, yeah, the one thing I was going to say was, if I had got a mod in, I think what I would do is I would treat ourselves free of charge to one of those solar panels, because I think that's awful that we're not getting anything for that at all. I mean, I wouldn't expect to be earning as much as all that little lot, but even if like you were having them there for a company that are on your land, you'd still get something for the actual thing. Yeah, you would. So I'm a bit, yeah, if I had got the F12 thing, I would buy as one and stick it in there, or stick it where I could, because I just think that's right cheeky. Oh yeah, that is true, you can use it like that. But I always find it a bit messy, so I don't suppose, yeah, it's a little bit. I'm used to telehandlers, especially this telehandler, can easily manage at least 5 tons. So 2.5 is a bit on the low side. But yeah, I want to get all this lot in because there's quite a lot out. I did notice when we're going up. Yeah, I thought we'd switch to the fence, and it was, yeah, it really was. It was a good call. Yeah, so we'll be doing the same again. I'm quite chuffed though. I was really tired when I first came in. I thought, I was almost honestly, you will notice a couple of mistakes that I made where, yeah, and then toward the end they also clanged a couple of things. You can always tell when you're getting a bit tired. Your concentration lapses. I sort of was almost like not asleep per se, but that was when they say sleep on your feet. A bit like that, where your concentration lapses so badly that, yeah, you're not. Keeps on dropping down as well. Yeah, no, I clacked into a couple of things and stuff like that. And that was just my fault. It really was. Yeah, just lapse in concentration. Yeah, so you do get clumsy. I was going to say I'm not normally like that, but yeah, you do. I can always tell when I'm bailing and I'm getting tired. You start to make mistakes. Let's get this. Oh, I'm nearly full again. Can never really make that work properly how it's supposed to. The pushing, in my opinion, doesn't quite work right. I like the idea of it. I did when I first saw it in FS22. It was actually quite early on the first time I saw that you could actually push with this, but it doesn't seem to quite, yeah, not quite work how you'd think it would. Right, nearly. A couple more, I would say. Yeah, sometimes in some bunkers you I don't know, every time you come back down you seem to make more of a mess, and you don't. But I think sometimes this was big. There was a lot. I just want to get this all in so that we've got an accurate count for this one. And last time I saw it, it was just over 500 tons. I don't think we did any more, so I don't think it's much more. Now I conservatively this morning when I was looking at this, estimated it at 1.5 million litres, but I don't think it is that now. If we've done over half, I'm not sure. I don't think it'll be much more, or if it is 600, I think we'll be probably doing a mil, which is, yeah, when I first looked at it I was thinking that's about a fifth, and that was, I think we were up to 300,000 then, so I was thinking 5 times 300,000 is 1.5 mil, which it is. Yeah, then as we've gone on, I think we've literally done more than half now, looking at the what we just looked at. Yeah, when you look at that, I do think we have slightly got more than half done. So whatever we've got in here, we've got pretty much. It is monstrous. I was thinking this was. I didn't do this by design either. I'm going to say that. I was going for the size. I was going for location. Yeah, when I bought those two, I thought there's not really much else other than that Monster Field 6. And again, I suppose I could have split that, but I thought those two are near the BGA, and there we'll leave the grass equipment there. It's not that far across that road to get to here, but I thought here's quite a nice clump of fields where I wouldn't. Yeah, Field 9 is a monster. It really is humongous. But I thought these ones, I didn't realise how big 16 was. It is a monster. This is a rhombos type field. It is. I mean, and Attingham, Field 1 on Attingham is also a monster. I was thinking as I was doing this, I don't think I've ever done a field this big. And then I thought, yeah, easy. Rhombos has got this definitely beaten, really. And Attingham Field 1 is an absolute beast. It really was. That took so many sessions. This I did a little bit of before I went to work this morning, and this has been one session to do this half. Really, I did
yeah, probably the 5th that I was talking about first thing, and as I was going to work I was thinking about, you know, like how long it was going to take me, and do I do a couple of contracts to break up? But I thought no, because you're just going to be wasting time. No farmer's going to do that. You're just going to got to crack on. Yeah, sometimes these are the mind-numbing bits, but I thought, yeah, I think, to be honest, we're obviously going to have done really well because we're approaching winter. We really are at the very edge of winter, which means that obviously I don't know how good the BGA is. I really don't know whether base game are anywhere near, you know, how good they are. I really have not got a clue. I mean, the only one I had was the one on Attingen, which was really poor. I had to swap out for the I can't remember what kilowatts that was, and I do think it was a modded one. I mean, don't get me wrong, Disturbed Simulations is a modded one, but I always have said that I think I picked the very best BGA, although I haven't compared it to the others, I suppose, but it is super duper, it really is. I love Disturbed Simulations, not only that, but also the both the cheaty and the normal. I mean, the cheated area isn't really now, with the upgrade mod, really cheaty anymore. It's more like a level 3 dairy, and actually not quite as good as a level 3 dairy. As I said on yeah, I placed it deliberately on Court Farms because it's multiplayer and you can't have the upgrade factories mod. I don't know why, but it just won't let you have it. Same as it won't let you have follow me. Yeah, there are a couple of stipulations that you can't actually do. Now then, we're now going to need to, yeah, actually run up and down. This should do it, really. It's quite a hefty thing, really. It's 12.5 ton plus whatever the bucket is, and it's certainly good at wiggling. So let's have a look. We should be 94, so we lost a couple of percent, 2%. It's not the heaviest thing, but it is one of the best. Although what gets it is the underbellies of all of these type of things, really. Yeah, and if it were, there would be nothing better than Forage Harvester had it not got tracks. They are fantastic. Obviously, as we all know, the heavier the better. It doesn't seem to like doing it where you're cresting almost with the top of the. Wow, this is very slow. I'm better off with a tractor, but I'm going to push it all out. No, I am. Yeah, I've recently been doing the thing where you close this whilst we're on it, so you don't lose anything. I've been doing that for quite a few Let's Plays now, because it is, no matter what you try, you can get all this stuff in. And then just drive down and then half a ton of it drops off to the floor. It's just so annoying. So I usually now close this with us being on top of the plastic, just because the game mechanics are a little bit, yeah, that's it, gone into a bit of a hollow. Yeah, it is amazing the difference that the forage, it just literally just rolls over, and it's absolutely amazing. Yeah, it is. This is still good, but it is slow. I love these because obviously you can snake out pretty much. Yeah, there's a couple of hairy moments with the class that I did sort of think I was going to get stuck. I say it's that mainly the header. That's why I kept trying to take it off. But it is funny. They aren't nice without a header. The header really stabilises them. Without that header, they're awful. They really are. So as much as I did do it because the header was catching, wow, we're gonna have to try and push off that. Let's try to get a little bit of, wow, yeah, there's a lot of leaning on the edge of this. I was doing it before. 2%, come on, we can do it. Yeah, and we'll place the other one, but I just really think in between the trees is probably about right. I think what we will do is I don't know, I mean, we're not always going to do this, but I suppose it's a bit like anything. But yeah, if this was a modded one, I'd stick a silo down, but we've not got anything in base game that you can do that with.
sort of racking my brain whether I allow multi-thread. I thought, where do you draw the line? And it is true, but it is ever so tough. There is so much stuff missing in the base game that Giants have allowed the modders to sort of cover things, but yeah, it really is. It's very, very flawed. The base game, sort of. I'm sure we're getting quite close now. Yeah, in so much as there's a lot of gaps. So there. Oh wow. You were saying, I don't think you're going far off with your guesstimate. Wow, we'd enough pack some in after that 500 odd thousand. I just went into the zone where you don't think anymore. I was just like literally, I thought there was a certain time I was like thinking, oh no, we'll leave it. I was aiming for a quarter of the field, and then I could see through. Aha. Yeah, then I could basically see that it wasn't very wide, and I thought, we can do this. I thought, we really can do this. So I thought, well, let's have a go. Let's do another few minutes. And then as I saw the little bits, and I thought I was going to leave that last little bit, the bit that was over there when it cut the corner to try to make this corner smooth. And I thought, come on, I'm sure we can get that in there. So all I've missed is this one sprig here. But yeah, I mean, it is massive. And again, some of the biggest fields I ever did, like Attingham, the Attingham Field 1, I didn't do it in one hit. I knew that was going to be a monster. I gave myself, I think, 3 or 4 sessions on that one. Likewise, the Poplars. The biggest session I've ever done was Neverland, which is the one I did the other day, where I literally did, I don't know, did I do all of it? Or did I do a little tiny bit at the time? No, I did the prep. Did the prep, and I did all of that. I believe I did all of that session, but if I didn't, it was only a tiny bit that we did before that. I was quite proud of the fact that I did that in almost one recording session. I think I did, but I just at the back of my mind, I know I did the prep, but I think that was it. So wow, that is nearly 800,000. So I think I'm going to be about right. It's going to be not far off 1.5 million litres of silage, which is fantastic. Silage? Chaff. Which, well, it is going to be silage, but it's chaff, definitely. So yes, the next surprise I'm going to have is, obviously, our bales should, let's just pop over there, I think well, it's been more than 2 days. Obviously we've got the other ones at the top as well, but these should be fermented, I'm sure they should. Yeah, they're all. So that's another job we've got to do, is to grab the bales and stick those all in there. In fact, do we do one there? Oh, well, I would like to. I'll tell you for why. So I'm not sure how these, whether we can do it in front. We're going to stick the zone markers on. Yeah, we're going to do one because it breaks it up a little bit. It really does. It's been so. But I'm only going to do the one, and then literally we're going to because if this was for the price of bales, I'd be waiting till January, but being as this is for energy, then we'll do this now, because yeah, this is going to be good. So yeah, it has been a monster. I said I did almost all of it. There was only that, a fifth. So I did the lion's share of it straight after work. I was quite pleased with that. I'm hoping, I really want to, I'm going to be posting some of this tonight. And some of you may be thinking, oh, you've bitten off a bit. I have. I've got to be honest. But I've only done this because all the other maps, even the White Farm, I thought, oh, I've got the White Farm to go to. Everything's okay with that, but it isn't. Now I had issues. Every single map, because of the mods, has got issues. And I thought, well, you either wait for the modders to all patch it, and Giants, because some of it's base game, as much as they might always say, oh, it's some of this is base game. Those glitches I was getting yesterday where, it don't matter, we've got a pallet fork, we can smack those. Oh, that's there. Now I feel this is the one like on Attingham, which if it is, it's going to be awful. Yeah, now that's, I'm not sure whether this is going to, I think it's not.
but you can be surprised. They can sort of lag in. But if this is going to be one of those where we have to drop them in, then so be it. I can do it. I will time lapse it though. Oh no! Oh, that is grand. Yeah, I don't know how fast it's going to process or anything. I have no idea. Well, it won't process at all unless we actually... Although I think actually, I'm sure these actually... Oh no, you still got to activate them. Yeah, we've not got anything else. No, so that is it. The silage, which does 24 cycles times... Oh my life, this is going to be very slow. Yeah, this is like the one on Attingham. Gordon Bennett, give me Disturb Simulations a million times over. This is going to be awful. How on earth can I make that process? It's just... I can't do the sums. My head's just... Yeah, I'm a bit flabbergasted. To be honest, that's going to be tremendously awful. Digest story. It is 30 tons at a time. If obviously what I'm going to do is we will. But this, yeah, this is. I think this is going to be a bit of a. At least we can play something like that. Yeah. It's not much I can say. You sort of do wish that you'd got a bit of everything, truthfully, because I mean I don't know whether it's going to take us years. This is what I said on Attingham. This is why I swapped the one at Attingham out. It may well have been the Planet one. I think it was, but it was definitely one like this though, where it got the. You see it, but I don't know that it was. But we shall see. That's really looking quite terrible. It is. I've got a sinking feeling in my stomach that I didn't have. I've not really checked that out yet at all. That really is quite terrible. I don't think that's... Well, obviously we've got... I'm not wasting any time. It is 12 on October, which basically equates to it's halfway through the day, or halfway through the month, and we're only halfway through the field. Now, don't get me wrong. Oh no, we didn't. Oh, we did start at 9 o'clock. So this has been 3 hours, 3 real hours of me. No, it's that one. Of me doing that field. So that means there's another 3 hours at least of me doing that again. Now, are we going to place the other one? Let's have a look. I would like to, but again, all of the masses over that side. So we're going to go up high. Obviously, we know they're not real. The trees, though, now they are. So do we split the field? If you look at the fields from above, like that, the dead centre is sort of like that. Now there is a bit of a headland there. That's fairly hefty there. But you could go right where the number 16 is, which is actually just this side, and that is about smack bang in the middle. So that is... Well, you can see the 16 on it, which is dead centre there, really, where that sort of tripod, those 3 join, would be about right. So you could stick one straight in there, running that away. Yeah, really would be the best possible way, I think. And again, what I could do to split the fields is actually run a road, but not right now. I just can't afford it. All right, so I'm trying to open it. I've already got it open. Let's put another 60,000 one in. Yeah, I think that's about right. Right, smashing. So there we go. And I said once we've finished all this and we do get some profit, I am a bit worried though now, because that obviously, if that is going to be very, very slow, it means that it is a bit like I said actually. Sometimes with certain ones of the productions that are a little bit underwhelming, it's cost us about 4 times the amount of one of my Disturbed Simulations one. And if this performs as poorly as I think it's going to do, we shall see. I'm sure it is not going to be much better than I think, and if it is, then again, you've got to ask yourself, was it worth doing this? We've got lots of silage. We're going to have we're going to have an awful lot more silage, and if this would take 10 years to process, then we'd have to hang around for 10 years to make this actually work on the Let's Play, and that's just not doable. Which means then it would make the 435 grand one just poxy, really. It would mean that you're probably better off taking some of these bales and sticking them in the other one to earn 1,000 a pot. But that's just ridiculous. It's just that I think the burn is going to be so slow on this. But we shall see. Yeah, I'm going to say I'm a bit negative, but I do think I'm right. But we shall see. Let's wait and see. Now then, yeah, we are. One thing we are going to do is we're going to send that, give the shop a ring and ask them to actually pick that up. So yes, no point in minus 20,000 vehicle leasing costs. That can't be that though, can it? Because that was 4,000. It's got to just, yeah, but it's 10 past 12, so it must be, no, it does do that, doesn't it, when you've gone over your hour and that, all the rest of it. So that would be for the forage. Obviously that we have had that a while, so it's only fair. We're going to be clobbered for another one, and that's my worry. We've been clobbered for this. I could knock this down. Yeah, we've been clobbered for this, and I'm just not sure that our income is going to match our outgoings. Yeah, I just don't know. We should see anyway. Yeah, I'm quite sure it's going to be I told you so, and I'm right, but we shall see. You never know until, what's that thing about until the fat lady sings? It's true, and yeah, I'm not trying to be rude either, it's a saying. So yeah, anyway, all that remains to be said for this session is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me for the second half of this monster field. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.